Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Full of personality. Switching up the storyline on God, we making history.
Writing books, changing lives, one day at a time. Put your problems to the side. Enjoy yourself. Free your mind.
Kicking it with KeKe. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, Life, Love, and all that other shit. I am your host, KeKe Chanel, award-winning author, lifestyle blogger, and certified life coach. The overall premises of Kicking It with KeKe is all about personal development and mindset. I believe that when we operate as our best self, we go through life more abundantly. Today, I am joined with an amazing woman. And y'all know how I do. I like to give my guests the opportunity to introduce themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her. You guys give her a warm welcome. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for coming to Kick It with me.
Hello, KeKe. I'm glad to be kicking it with you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. So go ahead and tell the people who you are and what you do.
All right. So, hey, people. Hey, how y'all doing? I am Rivera, and I am a certified life coach. I do specialize in confidence building, so I like to consider myself to be a confidence coach. I am also recently retired Navy veteran.
Thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I am also a published author. I am a screenwriter. I am a filmmaker. I am a speaker. I'm a vitiligo advocate. I am a mother of 4. And I am also very glad to be here with Miss KeKe. So thank you so much.
I'm so glad to have you. Y'all, listen at that resume, man. I'm here for it. I'm here. And a mother of 4, really? Looking like she in high school.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We all know what they say, that black don't crack. Hey,
yeah, black don't crack. Come on now.
I love it. Before we get into all things Lydia, we will talk a little bit about the overall theme for the podcast, which is personal development and mindset. When you think of personal development, what does that mean to you?
I think honestly, personal development has its own meaning for everyone, but for me, dealing with my personal experiences and adversities, personal development honestly is just being able to stand tall, stand out, and to be able and willing to grow, to learn not only from those experiences and those situations and adversities that you face, but also to be able to apply what you learn in order to become the best version of who you are on top of who you were destined and meant to be. So you have to have a willing and open mind, heart, soul, spirit, and all of that to want to grow. Because it's one thing to say, I'm going to try and do such and such. But at the end of the day, you have to want it and be willing to put in the work. So
absolutely,
that's personal development. Absolutely, to me, that's what it would be.
Yeah, because if you don't execute, it's just talking. For me,
just talk.
It's all just talk. Talking. Yes,
that's right. And
yes.
I'm all about walking it out. So.
And my tagline is no excuses. So I'm not your girl if you want somebody to just, be that pity party person and that yes person. No, we finding solutions over here.
That's right. I'm with that. Absolutely.
I love that about your definition of personal development. So what do you feel? And you touched a little bit about it when you were talking about personal development, about mindset, because it's all about how you think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, I think mindset really is like the driver into who we are, who we become, our success. That is really the driver. Having that mindset, whether it be a fixed mindset, thinking that you can't grow, you can't be, you can't do, you can't go forward, things won't change, or having that growth mindset, talking about personal development. First, personal development has everything to do with growing.
Mm-hmm.
And so having that growth mindset to understand you can be, you can do,
Mm-hmm.
You can, as long as, like I said, you be willing and wanting to do it. So I think mindset is everything. Being able to shift there was that negative thinking, always talking down about certain situations, not only yourself, but others, people, things around you, and being able to shift that and have a more positive perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, meaning, like you can walk through life every day, all day, feeling as if, there's just blessings waiting on you. Even if at that moment it feels
Mm-hmm.
like everything is, just going wrong and nothing's going right. When you can think positive about any and all situations and see the good in all situations, that really shifts everything about you. The way you walk, the way you talk, how graceful you become, how confident you become, because you
Yes.
already thinking in your head like, I've done it before. I've
Mm-hmm.
overcame before. I've survived before. I can do it again. And
Right.
it builds confidence, having that growth mindset.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I'm all here for it. I'm over here like, ooh, yes, because I feel the same way. If you think it, it can happen. But
Yeah.
that happens both ways, negative and positive. So you have
Yeah.
to be careful what you feed yourself, what you absorb, and what you put out, because not only are you affecting yourself, you're affecting other people. Because
Right.
I've been in a room before and somebody negative walked in and the whole atmosphere just shifts. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, here we go. It's
Here we
just, it's
go.
amazing how that energy is transferable. So thank you for
Yeah.
giving me your insight on personal development and mindset. So we're gonna get into the today's topic is confidence through adversity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
So before,
Okay.
yeah, okay. So let's talk about the confidence coach. Like, what does that look like, and how did you get into that space?
You know what? Honestly, I never thought, for one, I never thought anything that I'm doing I would ever, have done or be doing or be positioned to do.
Mhm.
But the confidence coaching piece happened because I noticed that all my life, people would come to me with, you know, how to and what to. And in my head, I'm like, I don't got the answers. I'm trying to figure it out myself, right? But knowing that I can figure it out and I have figured those things out, I like being able to give others those same tools. The
Mhm.
tools that I was able to grasp on my journey, put it in my tool pouch of life.
Mhm.
I like being able to give those same tools. So back in 2021, I believe, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's give back. Let's, if people have been coming to me all of this time, let's just go ahead and put a title on it, I guess,
Right. Right.
because when you've been doing something, really, that's just purpose. Now is the
Uh-huh.
time to really allow people to see, more people to see, what you've been called to do. And, so the confidence coach came up, that was a coaching piece, but the confidence itself,
Uh-huh.
that was a journey.
Yeah.
So why do I always say, I'm a confidence coach? I've been through it all. Everything I preach, teach about, I've gone through it.
Mhm.
I was born with a skin condition called vitiligo. So I don't know what it's like to not have pigment missing from my face.
Right.
I don't know what it's like to, or, then I didn't know what it was like to walk out into a grocery store or my children's school and not feel as if everyone is staring at me and
Right.
all of those things. When I grew up, things were very hard. I went through the bullying. I went through anything you can think of, any
Right.
type of mistreatment, ill treatment, abuse. I've gone through that.
Mhm.
And but the thing about going through something, when you're going through, there's always an exit. You're going to always come out of it, right?
Mhm.
You can't
Mhm.
have good without the bad, and you
Mhm.
can't go through without getting through, right?
Oh, you
And
can't go through without
so
getting through. Did y'all just hear what she said?
yeah,
You can't go through without getting through. All right, I ain't mean to cut you off,
yes.
but that was a gem right there. That was a gem right there.
That's real, So and again, that's all about perspective as well. Understanding that most of the time when we're going through something, it's really just to build us up to really build up our resiliency, our
Mhm.
strength, so that we can get through and pass it along to other people so that they can also get through, because that really is what we're here to do, is
Right.
to grab another person's hand and help them up and not necessarily keep them down.
Right.
So the confidence piece really was my true story. Going through, the bullying, the mistreatment, I've been through it all from child to even an adult.
Right.
And so I didn't have confidence. I didn't have, my self-esteem was not even existent. I didn't think I felt like the ugly duckling everywhere I went, in my family, with friends, whomever. Like, I just never felt like I fit in. But then I realized I wasn't born to fit in. I was
Yes.
born to stand out.
Yes.
And I enjoy being ordinary. I enjoy being rare. You know, it took me a long time to go through my self-discovery journey to understand who I was, who I am, and what I'm called to do and who I'm called to be. And so I think it was a beautiful journey. I wouldn't take nothing back, honestly. I think sometimes, you know, sometimes things have to be broken down in order for you to be able to really understand the structure of how to build it back up. Because
Right.
now, because I know what I felt broke me down before, I never want to go back to being broken down again. But I already know the structure of how to build this foundation back up. So once I build it back up, it's not coming down again because I no longer want to experience that.
Right.
I keep it all built up. So yeah, that was the confidence coach piece. And
So what did that moment feel like when you was like, you know what? I am somebody. I am enough. I need to stop allowing other people to get in my head, because that's what it is. We allow other people to deflect or project on us. So when did that moment happen for you though?
2018. 2018. Before 2018, I was covering up my vitiligo with makeup. I'm talking about going through so much makeup just to conceal and hide, you know, myself. I mean, even figuratively and literally covering it up, wearing a mask every day of my life. And so I felt confined. I felt like I was captive in my own mental prison. And I wanted to be freed. I wanted to be released, but I had to go through. I had to go through in order to get through, to realize what I don't want to go through again. And when you don't want to go through something again, you're going to do everything you can to prevent going through that.
Right.
So I had to go through that. I know that ugly feeling of, you know, really feeling prisoner to your own mental mind. I know what that was like, and it's not a great feeling. So what did I feel in 2018 when I finally took off the makeup and I went live for the first time ever on social media? So people that I were serving in the military with, people I've known for years, were all who never seen me without makeup, who didn't even know I had vitiligo, were like, and I went live and they were like, oh my God, what in the world? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
But I got so much support. That was a beautiful part. But to answer the question about how that made me feel, it was the most liberating and freeing thing I have ever experienced in my life. Like, my journey, my struggle, my adversity was the key to opening up that mental prison.
Right.
Like, it was the key. It was the key. I had to go through all that to say, I don't want that no more. Once I'm released, I'm not going back. So
Right.
I don't even know like how to even explain, you know, other than it was freeing and it was liberating. A very beautiful time in my life. So,
And I asked that question because someone may be listening who didn't understand that I am that person. I have been that. And for her to share her story, I can do this. I'm not alone. Because we always think that it's just us. And we are not alone. Our vibe will attract our tribe. People who put down on us, they may need to be reevaluated in our lives because they don't mean us any good. And I tell people that all the time. Like, everybody has a season. Sometimes you want those same people to come on, but they can't
they're
go.
not meant to go
Yes,
with you. No, everything and everybody has an expiration date.
Yes.
Once it's expired, let it go. Just let it go, you know? I agree 100%. Everyone is not supposed to go with you. I can't even explain to you how many people, when they say misery loves company. Now, when I was the most depressed and in a dark hole and suicidal and all of that, I had all the friends in the world, because at that time I wanted to party and do this and do that, trying to do those things to escape from what I really was going through internally.
Right.
But the moment
yes,
I realized I was their queen, and I realized I was enough and I was more than what I was being at that time. I lost so many friends, so many people. But the great thing about that we talk about seasons, so in the fall, in fall, leaves start falling off. But one thing about it, some gonna always grow back, and it's gonna grow back way fruitful, way beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it. Everything that fell off during those dark times, and when I came into the light, it was really just, more opening up
Mm-hmm.
to really receive all that was for me, all who were for me,
Right.
and who were for me. Oh my God, like help to push me and motivate me, help me to become who I have been called and, purpose to be. And it's a beautiful thing being able to, like you say, attract your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, it is a beautiful thing because community and network is everything. We all need somebody. We are creatures who need someone. And I can't stand when people say, girl, I don't need nobody. I don't need
Right.
no. But what about when you get lonely? What about those times when you're going through and you need just a shoulder, a cry on a listening ear?
Right.
You need someone to tell you, don't give up, keep going. You can, you will, you shall, you must.
Right.
We all need someone, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And it's beautiful just to have that someone.
Right. And we were not put here to be alone. We all
No.
know the story. We're not put here to be alone. It's
No.
okay to have those lonely times, the me time, to refuel yourself and things like that, because people can be draining if you let them. That's why
Oh
you have to
Lord.
set those healthy
The
boundaries and
boundaries.
stick
Yes.
to them. And I was telling a
Yes.
friend of mine a couple of weeks ago that I set boundaries, but I had to set boundaries with myself to keep those
Mhm.
boundaries like in place, because
Yeah.
it's easy to go back into that cycle, because most people, oh, KeKe is there. KeKe, I can always call KeKe. She gonna always answer the phone. My
Mhm.
phone stay on do not disturb, like for real. I love it. I love it.
I hear that.
So tell us about the film, like the confidence part, and sharing your journey and going through the things that you had. How did beauty marks come into play? Like what inspired you to create that film?
I was getting to a place where I enjoyed being transparent
Mm-hmm.
because I saw how my transparency was giving breakthrough to other people. My
Mm-hmm.
story, my struggles, my pain was giving hope to other people. It was, inspiring them. And I was just saying to myself, wow, like if people can be inspired by just me talking to them about what I've gone through and how I've come through those things, I need everyone to get inspired. Like, I got to give this to the world.
Yeah.
So I initially was like, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book about my life. I'm going to be completely transparent, completely vulnerable, because at the end of the day, my heart wants other people to see how beautiful they are inside and out. My heart wants people to be happy and at peace. Because I'm gonna tell you something, if you ain't experienced true peace,
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
talk about it, man. It's a beautiful thing, like for real.
Listen, oh my God, it's a beautiful thing. And that's what I wanted to give to the world. Some peace, hope, inspiration, some strength.
Yeah.
To also let them know they're not alone.
Yes.
So I was transparent, and Beauty Marks, it is a story about my life. So when you watch that little girl, that teenager, that adult, that was me. And those are things I experienced. And although for some people they'll look at it like, oh my God, girl, you went through a lot. It's at the end of the day, we all are gonna go through something.
Yeah.
It may not be on the same caliber and level as someone else, but we all go through different trials and tribulations. I honestly don't like to look at one thing being more or less than the other, because certain people deal with certain things differently. Some people can handle certain things, some people can't handle certain things. I just look at, we all deal with trials, tribulations. At the end of the day, we find our own strength and our own resiliency to break through, get through, to come out. And the movie was really for those who are ready to reach their breakthrough, that come out, to be inspired, to receive that hope, to accept who they are, accept their flaws, accept every bit of, who you are, and to be who you were called to be, to be the best version of you. The story, if you watch it, I mean, the trailer itself is 3 minutes and 16 seconds, and it takes you through like this whole roller coaster. You're like, oh my God, what happened? Because I mean, that's my story, right?
That's your story. Yeah. And if you're gonna tell it all, right?
Tell it all.
Yeah.
That's right. Tell it all.
And I'm
I can't
glad that
talk
you're
about this
talking about that.
too.
I'm glad that you're
Yeah.
talking about that too, because most people want to shy away from the bad parts and they want to focus on the good days. But the bad parts had to happen to make you who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I tell everybody, everybody, be transparent, be vulnerable. You don't know how your story can save and help someone else.
Absolutely.
Because it's not like you're going through it right now.
Right.
And if you are going through right now, I am a survivor. I am one to tell you I went through for years and I made it. And there's so many people in the world who have made it, going through so many different things. So you don't know how your story can positively impact the lives of other people around you, even if it's just one.
Right.
Be authentic, be real and transparent. You know, we live in this world where everyone's on social media living in this fantasy land, and you know, and no one's being completely honest and giving their true and real selves. But the truth is, we want to see the realness, because we're real people going through real life
stuff. Right. Right.
Don't show me fake every day, because right now this is going on. This is my real life, and we deal with real life problems every day. So we have got to stop saying, "Oh, I'm real. I'm 100%. I'm authentic." But everything you post or you're giving to the world seems like I'm reading Cinderella or a fantasy book or something.
Absolutely.
Be 100%. Embrace your story and your journey.
Right. You have to. And that's why the books that I write, they don't have happy endings.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it on purpose to be mean or anything like that. It's just life happens. Not every story has a happy ending.
Yeah.
And you have to realize that adversity will come as long as you're living, because what's the alternative, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You just have to know how to maneuver through it, walk through it, find people like Lydia, as well as myself, to coach you and guide you through it. But this film, though, tell the listeners how they can watch it. Where can we tune in?
Yeah, so right now it's on YouTube. If you were to go to my page, like on Instagram, there is a link in my bio. You can go ahead and click, and the video, the trailer is there. But you can go on YouTube and just search Beauty Marks, and it's right there for everyone. Please watch it, share it with someone else, whether they have vitiligo or they don't, whether they are, have experienced the things that I've experienced. If they just need a little hope. Right. If they just need a little bit of inspiration, just a little something to say, you know what, she did it. Let me go ahead and put a little bit more into this. Let me try one more time. Right. Because you never know. Like, you can try 100,000 times, but that 100,000 and one time, maybe that one time where you be like, wow, it was all worth it in the end. Now I experience happiness and joy and peace. So it's on YouTube right now, and everyone can go and watch it.
All right. And all of this information will be in the show notes, guys. So you won't have a choice not to find it. Like, for real. It's going to be there. So y'all make sure that y'all go and support Lydia as well as her film. How can we get the book? Tell us about the book too.
Oh, this is the juiciness right here. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you. Let me first say this, without running my mouth too much.
Right.
But
you don't want to tell them everything.
I won't tell everything, but I want to say that when I'm telling you all my journey, how things were, I covered my vitiligo for so long, not just my skin itself, but I covered and masked who I really was for so long. And the moment that I took off the mask, literally, figuratively taking the makeup and everything off and was my true self, it was really like God was at the door, like, I was waiting on you at the door. Thank you for showing up. I got all this here for you. Yeah. Right? So I have to say that every time I talk about the book, because if there's something that you've ever wanted to do, write a book, write a movie, start a business, I don't care what it is, go and introduce yourself to that woman or that man. Listen, the moment you be your authentic self, and you get comfortable and accept who you are, I'm telling you, everything that is for you will come to you. You ain't got to go chase it down. Yes. You don't have to go and dig. It'll come right to you. Because the thing is, your blessings are trying to find you, but you all masked up. You covered up. I don't even know where she at. Yes. But once you show yourself, you're like, oh, there she go. These blessings belong to her or him, Yes, so,
I've been waiting for you.
I've been waiting on you at the door, girl. Like, yeah.
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
But I say that always because this is a dream come true to me. Signed my first book deal with, I think, number one or two traditional publishing companies in the world. HarperCollins, and it is a book, my first children's book on vitiligo. Now,
Yes.
first and foremost, there are many children's books out there about vitiligo, and they are all so wonderful. Y'all go check them out. They're so beautiful. But this one right here, being published by a traditional company, having a melanated brown skinned girl as the main character. Not only is she brown skinned, but now she has this beautiful uniqueness about her. The book is called I Absolutely Positively Love My Spots.
Oh.
And it talks, this little girl has so much confidence. I mean, when I was writing the book, I was like, oh, I need her confidence. You know what? I want to be just like her, you know? Really is a beautiful, beautiful self-love letter to every child that reads it, whether they have vitiligo or they don't. It's a celebratory ode about a little girl who embraces and accepts her true uniqueness and how she just shines for the world with all of her spots, and she loves every bit of it. She truly is. Oh my God. So yes, I absolutely positively love my spots. Launches officially June 6th. Oh my God. Like, I'm so excited, counting down the days. Oh my God. This has been a gift in the making for all children. Like I said, all children, grandchildren, any teachers listening, you need to have this for your students. It needs to be in the library, like it needs to be in your own personal bookshelf, even not just for children, for adults as well. I mean, it's just like, you know, we always hear those questions like, what would you tell your younger self, or how would you have encouraged your younger self? This book is exactly what I probably would have told myself, you know, how I would talk to my younger self. And that's exactly really what I did. What would I have said to my younger self so I wouldn't have experienced low self-esteem and lack of confidence, you know, walking with my head down, not understanding my worth and my value. This is the self-love letter for all children. So please, June 6th, go and get it. It will be in your local bookstores. It'll be in Target, Walmart, Books A Million, just all over. So
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get my copy. I cannot wait to get my copy. Just listening at you and looking at your face, I can tell that you just put so much love into writing this story.
I did.
Yeah.
It means so much passion was put into this book. I love it. I love it. And it is for ages 3 to 8. So if you have any children at all, I mean, like I said, whether they have it alive or not, it really is going to give them that boost of confidence and that I can do this and I am somebody. You know, it's just so amazing. So yeah, definitely my heart and soul went into this book. So
You know
please
what I'm
don't
gonna do? I'm gonna take
pre-order.
my niece. I'm gonna take my little niece, my little great niece. Her name is Joy Chanel, and she just turned 7. I'm gonna take her and we're gonna go make a day out of it and get this book. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. She gonna love it because she loves to go to the bookstore anyway.
Really?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. Well,
That's
she
really
like
good. I
any
love
store. As long as she knows she gonna get something, she love to
something.
go. All right. So before we get out of here, tell us about the Confidence Build Her Academy.
Yes, so that is my coaching company, Confidence Build Her Academy. We are located, we do have a physical location here in the Atlantic, Florida. So if you're in the Atlantic Central Florida area, come and stop by. I really prayed on it for a long time, whether or not I wanted to continue just virtual coaching or if I wanted to, you know, have a brick and mortar. And I really honestly, because I am a people person, I love that face-to-face connection.
Me too.
I love being able to see my clients and just hug them and say, girl, I see you breaking through.
Yeah.
Keep me going.
Yes.
You know, so the Confidence Builder Academy, it is, I do have 4, 12, 6-month programs where we basically hone in on how to build your confidence, how to reach deep in, you know, to who you really are, so you can really shine as who you are, being authentic, living authentically. Really just you know, increasing and enhancing that self-esteem, because believe it or not, it doesn't matter how old you are. I think my oldest client is 62. My youngest client is 13. People are really dealing with not really loving who they are,
Right.
not even knowing who they are or understanding who they are, not knowing how to even be who they are because this world is telling you to be one way,
Mm-hmm.
putting you in this box. And you're like, but I'm a triangle. Like, I can't fit in the square. Like,
Right.
it does, how do I, people really don't know how, become who I am,
Right.
so and that's what I do. I basically take all my days and we go through this whole program, this whole self-discovery journey, similar to the one I had gone through. The thing was I didn't have a coach, Lydia,
Right.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I know what I was like trying to go through that journey alone. And I don't want anyone to go through that journey alone. Like I said in the beginning, we all need someone.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get you a good, caring, compassionate, understanding, non-judgmental, relatable, lovable, God-fearing person in your life, oh, you got
Mm-hmm.
you a keeper. You got you a keeper.
Yes, talk about it. Love it. I love it. And that's one of the reasons why I started my life coaching business. And it's called Push. And the Push stands for Proclaiming Unbreakable Self-Healing, because I wasn't always the person that loved myself, and I was holding on to mental baggage. So I help my clients unpack that so they can change their mindset through positive personal growth. So yes, I love it. How can people work with you? I know you have the brick and mortar now, but are you still in the virtual space?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I think I have a client that's in Africa. So
Okay.
yeah, she's in Africa. So
Nice.
yeah, absolutely. I'm in virtual space. I mean, virtual is popping right now. So
Mm-hmm. Right.
yeah, so I do have a website, lydiacrivera.com. That's LIDYAC Rivera.com. You'll see all of my programs, all that I'm willing and ready to offer to all women, all teenagers. I do service ages 13 and up. And I know people are like, well, you got to have a certain age group. Well, if God called them to me and they're connected to my voice, I'm going to use my voice to those who are assigned to my voice.
Facts.
So I service 13 and up, young, teenage girls and women. LydiaCRivera.com. You're able to see all the programs, all the services that I offer. And I would love, 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 love to offer, because I do offer free discovery calls for those that are interested in coaching. Because some people look at coaches like, what can you do for me? I'll
Mm-hmm.
just go talk to a counselor. The thing I tell people to understand is this: you have to live for today. You can't live for 2 years ago, 12 years ago, 22 years ago.
Yep.
And what counselors do, they tend to take you
Backwards.
back to what hurt you, what harmed
Mm-hmm.
you. You
Mm-hmm.
can kind of heal and then move forward. Where coaches, we like, listen, baby,
Right now.
right now, what are we doing right now today? How are we
Mm-hmm.
going to fix this today? All
Right.
right, let's get it done.
Yep.
So
I'm so
I
glad you
love us
said
as
that. I
coaches.
am so glad you
I
said
love us
that.
as coaches.
Yes,
And I have a degree. I
absolutely.
have a degree in psychology. I could have went the counselor
Mm-hmm.
route, but I love what I get to do.
Yep.
I love us coaches. I love
Yes.
us.
Yes. Me too. That's why I went to school for psychology, and life happened.
Yeah,
So I didn't get my
yeah.
degree, but I moved into the life coaching spaces, and I love it, and I wouldn't change anything about it.
I love it. Of everything
Yeah.
I do, I love that piece of what I have been blessed to do. I love connecting with other women, and helping them just get through. Teenagers, oh my God, I love helping them get through. I
Mm-hmm.
love writing. That is like my creative side. You have purpose and you have passion.
Right.
Passion is film, writing, all that is passion, but my purpose is to help these women and teen girls reach breakthrough and walk
Mm.
and talk with total and complete confidence. So
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So before we get off, I always ask this question on a personal note. What would now Lydia tell younger Lydia about having confidence through adversity?
So when we talk about confidence, confidence is simply believing in yourself, believing in who you are, believing in your gifts, your abilities. And I would just tell young Lydia, believe in you. Believe in you. Don't believe in other people. Don't believe in them, because they're not you.
Mhm.
They're not you. We all have our own minds. So I would tell her, believe in yourself. Despite what they say, despite what they do to you, believe in yourself. And I feel like if I believed in me more than I believed in other people, if I, really truly was myself, even as a young girl, and, didn't hide who I was just to make other people feel comfortable, and I really accepted myself, I would be so much further.
Right. Me too.
I would be so much further. But what you do is, when you're young, you listen to what everyone else is saying. They're young too. They don't even have all the answers, Sway. So
Right.
we all figuring this thing out, And if
Mhm.
I say I'm beautiful, then I'm beautiful.
Exactly. And who are
So
you to tell me I'm not?
you tell me I'm not. So I would definitely tell young Lydia, girl, you better believe in yourself, because where you're going, it's going to take some faith and some belief in you.
Mhm.
So believe in who you are. Everyone else is going to try and tear you down. They're going to try and tear you down.
Mhm.
But I am my own house. So why would I tear me down? Everyone else is trying to tear this mansion down,
Mhm.
tear down my temple. But this is my temple, my home. I'm the
Mhm.
building.
Right. I love it. I love that. I love that. I love that. So I know you're on social media. Tell the listeners how they can connect with you.
Yes, ma'am. So Instagram, my handle is Lydia, Lydia.C.Rivera. I also have a Facebook. You can find me, Lydia C. Rivera, on Facebook. I'm on TikTok a little bit, but yeah. But basically any platform you can think of on social media, I'm on there. Lydia C. Rivera. Again, my website, lydiacrivera.com. And I would love to connect with all of your listeners, however I could, connect with you, or, just get in touch with me. I really am a personable person.
Right.
People call me on DMs, and I probably shouldn't do it as much, but I'm like, they're really legit people. So
Mhm.
because I feel like people use platforms and social media not always for the right reasons,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
But there really are some people who are like, look, I'm about to take this risk and reach out to Coach KeKe or Coach Liddy because I need somebody right now.
Right.
And they seem personable. So
Mhm.
send me a DM, send me a message. If you need something, that motivation, that uplifting, inspirational quote, or just a little piece of a virtual hug, I got you.
You
So
got
yeah,
you.
that's how you can find me. Everything Lydia C. Rivera.
All right. And again, all of her information will be in the show notes, guys. We want to thank you for tuning in. Lydia, thank you for coming to kick it with me. It has been amazing talking to you today. Any last words that you would like to leave listeners before we go ahead and close out today?
Take advantage of the platforms, you guys. Take advantage of the platforms. There really are people out here, this platform, Kicking It with KeKe, who are bringing on people here to talk about personal development and mindset. That is a big thing when it comes down to living a peaceful, happy, joyful life, whether that be you as an individual or in your relationships, career, whatever. Personal development mindset is a big thing. So take advantage of certain platforms. There's positivity. There are people who really do have genuine hearts and who are very compassionate. Take advantage of the platforms. There are people using it and abusing it, but there are also people kicking it with KeKe. This is a beautiful platform. So I want to say thank you for even having this platform for myself, other people. This is much needed. So thank you, and everyone, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for having me also, KeKe.
You're welcome. And thank you for your words of kindness. I appreciate it. Even if I just touch one or two people, I know that this is a part of my purpose, and I know that great things are ahead. So I just show up. I show up consistently, and I love doing it. And, I smile every time. I get nervous every time, but I smile every time I have this camera because I'm an introvert. Most people don't believe that, but I am. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. But again, I want to thank you for coming on today. It has been a pleasure. Much success, continued success. Keep being you, because you are a bright light and the world needs more of that. I know that the book is going to be, listen, I cannot wait. Look, I'm gonna make sure that I post it on my social media when I get it and tag you so you can see it and stuff like that. Yes. But you guys have been listening to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, life, love, and all that other shit. Until next time, make sure that you find confidence in yourself to know and continue to grow. And great things will happen. You just have to think that they are. So as a man thinketh, so is he. So think happy thoughts. No negative self-talk, and just do the thing. All right. Later.